We are with Samantha of the Experience Company, talking customer experience. Sonia, your winner from the competition, is there.
Hi, Sonia.
Like deep down, like I'm right told on that boy.
We were
like I was happy for, but I was like, ugh.
I know we had a lot of disappointed people, but we're so happy for all the interest we've been getting, and
Disappointment is a good thing. You know the attention is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So folks, John Best-Michel,
Lyndon Bradford,
sales is a profession, and we always like to bring our guests in. I know Lyndon, one of the things we emphasized on was that we wanted to always bring guests in on our show because we're tired of hearing ourselves talk. We want a different perspective. So if you might hear, I'm not hearing a slight echo, but that's okay. What you don't hear is any background noise from our usual location of Starbucks. But we have the amazing, talented Samantha Conyers of the Experience Company. So Samantha, just give everybody a brief introduction of who you are and what you do here, and then we get into the topic of the whole importance of the customer experience.
Yeah, great. Hi, everybody. It's my first live, so I'm not as exciting as Jara, but I'll do my best. My name is Samantha Conyers. I am the Chief Experience Officer in a company called the Customer Experience Company. We go by EXCO for short. Go and check us out on Instagram, EXCOTT.
Yes.
And
follow them too.
Follow us, yes, like us, show us some love. And today we're just going to chat a little bit about customer experience. I've been in the field for over 10 years and recently started EXCO on a journey to really bring customer experience to companies in the region, help people to do something a little bit differently, do things a little better for all the customers out there, and help people understand the value behind driving customer experience.
For those of you who want a better customer experience, show us some hearts, send us some love. Let us know we're on the right point, because I've known Samantha just working Digicel as well, because we met each other at Digicel, but I can honestly tell you, customer experience. I think about it, customer experience is one way you can actually charge customers more money for your products and service.
Absolutely.
Because again, they're tying to the emotion of it.
Absolutely, and they've done, globally they do a lot of studies on that, and a recent study by Walters came out and said that by 2020, customer experience is the battleground. We can no longer compete on price and product anymore. It's very easy to mimic a price or duplicate a product or service now. What's a bit more difficult is to challenge and compare experiences.
Right. Well, by saying that, let's kind of break it down for listeners, because a lot of times they may be hearing customer experience, but they may be thinking customer service. So let's just talk a little bit about what exactly is customer experience.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because Jared started this conversation with saying that sometimes you guys realize with the business that actually that's not what you need. You don't need sales training.
Yeah.
And we have really similar experiences in that people come and think, can you please train our frontline staff? And I'm a big advocate for a good in-store, good face-to-face experience. But then it's really only one component. What we try to help companies understand, and more importantly measure and track, is what the customer is actually experiencing with your brand, your products and your services from before they even start doing business with you. So how are you attracting people to your business? What is your marketing and advertising? What's your website like? What are they going through in their own life that drives them to come to your business? I think when we start to understand the context behind people's lives and their own individual experiences and how we as businesses fit into that, we can really start to pull out some what we call little nuggets of love and figure out where we're making things a bit difficult and what customers love that we're doing to ensure that we're doing it more. And that goes all the way from before the customer buys from your company straight through. So that's the in-store, the call center, the sales and sign-up experience, the after-sales support that we give them, the retention. One of my big things with salespeople is always the focus on just getting the document signed. What about the retention in there, and how do we make sure that we're showing customers appreciation and value, driving real value from customers after the sale? A lot of times you hear people say, oh my God, the sign-up experience was amazing, but I feel like they forgot about me after that. So that's what we're trying to change.
So basically we're saying that the customer experience, guys, is all about the buyer's journey.
Absolutely.
So once they are initially thinking that, okay, I need to get product X or service X or solution X, who are those particular vendors that I can go to first, and just whoever pops into mind. And then from when they are researching your site, whatever experience that they're getting on your site, all the way into making the phone call, engaging with your sales team, that is what you're capturing from the experience sample.
TK is actually saying, I just want to buy clothes in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want to buy clothes in Trinidad and Tobago anymore. I want an experience. Like, where is the smart mirror? Where is the digital aspect in terms of making the customer feel the experience of when they buy?
And I love that he said that, because that is a reality that we all face today. Customers are no longer comparing us with our competitors in Trinidad or in the region.
Right.
In this day and age, everybody is online shopping.
Yep.
So he doesn't want to buy clothes because he probably buys clothes online. And if you think about Amazon, the impact Amazon has had on all of us and how we want to shop.
Right.
It's one click buy.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you bought something on Amazon, let me see a hat. I'm buying something today on Amazon.
Yeah, last night.
Yes.
Halloween costumes.
You said something important, which I think is key, and I think that's what was missing when we originally had our discussion a couple of weeks ago. You said the ability to measure the customer experience and the journey, like the impact it's having on the customer, because you want to be able to tell at what point it's having the greatest impact. Like, why is that important?
I mean, it's important on so many levels. I'll start by saying that measurement really helps engage your leadership team. As an executive of a business, when you're making decisions and investments, you want to be able to measure the return on that investment. And if you put measures in place, such as voice of the customer programs, where you can understand the experiences customers are having with you along key moments of their journey, if you put a measure in place, or a survey in place, or a mechanism in place where you can get real-time feedback from those customers, then you know if you're delivering to their expectations, above their expectations, or below.
Right.
And then you can sort of prioritize internal operations and actions around that. And once you put the right measures in place, you can then see the results of your actions.
Right.
So really simple for the business to measure return on investments.
Right.
Again, just
But that's a big thing everybody wants, the ROI.
you have to. You're not in the business to you're not in business to lose money. You're in business to make money.
Correct.
And we really believe that you can do that by making your customers a little bit happier. You don't have to do that by reducing price. Make it a little bit easier for them to shop with you. Make the experience a memorable one, and more than likely they're gonna come back.
What has the study shown with regards to sales and, how a customer experience improves how much sales an organization could get?
I mean, there's so many reports out there, and you have Bain and Company, you have Walters, you have Forbes, do all these amazing research to show that the Fortune 500 companies that are CX leaders actually stay in business longer. And I can share that survey with you guys. I'm going to put it up live, but you can see that a lot of those companies, Fortune 500 companies, they were in business in the 70s. I think they say it's 40% of them are no longer in business anymore.
Correct.
And that's a really shocking fact to people, that these Fortune 500s are going out of business. And when you dig into the research, they talk about how is these CX leaders that stayed, and they sort of have that longevity and that advantage over the rest of them.
This would be, sorry, you go ahead. I'll ask after.
No, what I was just going to mention there is that I do remember reading or listening to a podcast that was actually giving I listened to Forrester.
Yeah.
Right? And they were actually talking about your customer experience is a living, breathing thing. As your organization grows, you also need to be tweaking, augmenting, because of course the generation that your services are provided to is also changing.
Yeah.
Right? They're getting older, their needs and your older customers, their needs and wants may be different as opposed to your newer breed of customers in the new generation.
Totally.
So that's why I like the point that you mentioned in terms of, remember before we were talking about legacy?
Yes.
So you have a lot of legacy organizations, you and I would have had this discussion, not making a change on the back end, or not making an overall change to change the experience from when the customer is first engaging with you all the way to the end. And they come to us, and you have also said it, that they will come to Jared and I say, well, they need sales training, and then we will say, well, why do you think they need sales training? Where do you think the actual problems are? So as it relates to, let's say, the measuring of that customer experience, what are some of mechanisms that you would recommend that customers could look at? It could be maybe some of these simple ones or the more sophisticated ones to really
Yeah.
help get a better appreciation as to how their customers are feeling about their overall experience.
So at Exco, we really like the combination of traditional research and sort of new age real-time feedback.
Right.
So we did a focus group recently, because I still believe in the value of focus groups and getting people together and testing out new ideas and products and services. But I think you hit the nail on the head there with talking about different sort of personas, and a lot of what we do is around personas too, because you know, my mom, she'll kill me for saying this, but she wants to go in a store and get a receipt stamped by a company, and that makes her feel safe. Like when she pays a bill, she wants a stamp and a paper and put that in her accordion file. Me, I don't have time for that. The more online payments I can make, the better for me.
Because I'll just go back and search my payment if I need to find it.
Yeah. But to what Lyndon said, I think it's really important for a business to, one, understand their customers and their segments. And you can't neglect a segment. Yes, everybody wants to be digital, and yes, it is the way forward. But you have a base.
You have a base.
And if your base number is high,
and you know, from an experience point of view, high or low, they're still important. They might have been your early adopters.
Correct.
So I think it's important that you recognize their wants and needs, and you have an omni-channel experience. So whether I go in the store or I pay online, it should feel the same.
It should feel the same way.
Yeah.
TK, she's mentioning a good point. She says encourage your customers to review their experience. Do you find customers are willing to do that though? And I think, like, I was in Pizza Pit yesterday, and I found it was very simple. Like, they said, because I was hesitant at first, it was like, hey, hi, we just wanted you to review your experience here at Pizza Pit. And I was thinking, oh gosh, I want to fill out no long form, you know. But it's just one of those simple things where you just have to press 4 buttons.
And I love
it. Green. I was like, yeah, it's like green. I was like, I love Pizza Pit.
St. Christopher's does that too, gas station.
Oh, really? Gas station and
simple.
And that's just one iteration, right? So I do love that, and I think it's a great place to start. But you know, I think we need to get a little bit more advanced in the sense that, yeah, the green smiley face is great, and you know that you have happy customers. But what happens when you have a red smiley face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what caused it to be a red smiley face? So we really strongly advocate here that you do live transactional feedback, and what that means is you measure experiences after transactions. So exactly what Pizza Pit did. How was your experience with us today?
Right.
But you kind of ask the why. And again, we spoke about measures earlier and ensuring that you are tracking to success. And a lot of times you have to have numbers around that. So we really push metrics.
Right.
So at Exco, we will encourage any voice of the customer program. And even when we do focus groups, we will have quantitative data also. So we will ask, you know, whether it's customer satisfaction, customer effort score, or net promoter score.
Right.
We will always include a customer experience metric inside of there, which is a numerical value aligned to how your customer feels about the transaction or your brand.
Right.
You know, that's I have 2 questions, but let me just go with the net promoter score one first. Do you think companies really understand the impact of the NPR?
You know, I think people are trying and they're starting to learn. You know, I can tell you from my own experience.
I think because of the economy,
yeah.
Because everybody whose sales dropping now, they're trying to figure out some way to measure it, some way to measure it.
And you know, the great thing about Net Promoter is it has been proven time and time again that the highest correlation to loyalty is the likelihood to recommend.
Yep.
I think where businesses are missing, the ones that are doing it locally, because it's impressive. We have a few doing it now already. Exco alone has 5 clients that are doing transactional live voice of the customer programs, and they're asking Net Promoter. The gap that we have to bridge is what you do with that information. So once you get that insight, and the reality is it's not about the number, right? Yeah, you want to move the number and you want to have a high Net Promoter score, but the reality is driving insights. Driving actions from the insights that you get. So root cause analysis and figuring out where are your low scores coming from, you know, what departments, what touch points, what processes, and improving those experiences one at a time. And you said it earlier, Linda, it's constant, right? You know, it's never going to end, you know, you're never going to fix all your problems because your customers are evolving and your business has to evolve with them.
And if you have no problems, I would also say if you have no problems, you're almost delusional. And I think that's some of the concerns we have when we talk to companies, is that they always under the impression that one, we are perfect.
Yeah.
Especially when that comes to not wanting to go on social media,
Right.
because they don't want the backlash. But how do
Yes.
you prove? Because
Yeah,
again, that is a good way to understand what people are experiencing.
Absolutely.
So to me, it's just really interesting because I keep thinking companies do sometimes want to implement a lot of stuff because they don't understand the ROI behind it.
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, if it is that my customers are the ones who are paying me, why it is I don't want to figure out whatever I need to understand
Absolutely.
why they're buying my product or service, and as they say, squeeze every drop of the juice out it
Yeah.
to make sure I'm maximizing that effect, because I might not even be getting their share of wallet.
Exactly, and I know you mentioned that we know each other from Digicel, and I want to say that that's one thing I love about Digicel. They really put themselves out there. I mean, even the Digicel CEO has
When
his
he
own
did that
Instagram
email,
page.
yeah.
He has an email that's open, and I can tell you from the organization, he is very customer centric and very driven.
Yeah.
And I think once you have a leader, you have leadership that's engaged around the customer, you really can't lose.
John was like that too. Yeah.
John was amazing.
The
like
previous
that.
CEO used to spend real time on Facebook,
Right.
like watching messages, and he would screenshot stuff and actually send it to the customer service department
Yeah.
asking
He
what's
was-
going on with this, why is this problem still happening?
And Jabor is a lot like that.
Yeah.
You see Jabor in the call center, he's in the stores. Just yesterday he was down in C3, he's very customer centric, and to be honest, his entire leadership team under him is the same way. So a business like them, they are really actively trying to improve on the experience side of what they deliver.
So, leadership,
Yeah.
right? Leadership is a key component to improving your overall customer experience.
Absolutely.
Because again, something that Jared and I did last year at the chamber, where I was pulling some information from a survey conducted, and we saw sales, customer service, but of course the leadership was that big component. And of course, you can talk all the sales, you can talk all the customer service you want, but if you don't have the leaders
Yeah.
with the right mindset, with the right philosophical approach, then all of that is just going to go to zero thereafter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common saying, right? Culture eats strategy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that saying exists for a reason, because no matter how much you talk, if your leaders are not walking the walk, operations will not follow through with the strategic intentions behind
Right.
customer
Correct.
centricity or sales.
Yeah.
The leader has to be driven and demonstrate that.
Yeah. There is something that, I just want to find out if this is also something that you drive within teaching organizations to really understand the whole buyer's journey and the customer experience. Something I used to do before, but then a title was put on it recently while I was doing some reading called Jobs to be Done,
Yeah.
right? Really understanding, okay, so why is a customer coming to your organization, not just to buy this laptop or buy this vehicle, but they're going to buy it to do what,
Yeah.
right? And the research in itself found that, and they actually did this with I think it was at a restaurant or something like that. They actually found that people were coming to the restaurant early in the morning because, one, they like to get the milkshake because it it's something good for them when they drive to work, or people would use that because they have a long drive, especially the truckers. Is that something that you kind of push organizations to understand, not just to sell the product because yes, we want to sell them a laptop, but why is their quote unquote persona using the laptop in the first place to do what job?
And that is where journey mapping is really critical. And we use this example a lot. But if you think of something like a loans department in a bank, or you think of like an insurance company, you don't really wake up in the morning excited to take on insurance or to take a loan.
Correct.
But something in your life has driven that need.
That's correct.
So for us, we really encourage organizations. You have to understand what is the customers, what's driving the need.
Driving, exactly.
So it's just what you said, what are their jobs to be done and what are they trying to accomplish, and how do you flip that experience or control that experience to ensure that you can make it a positive one. So if it's insurance and somebody's coming to you, it might be their first time buying a car or their first time buying a home. Recognize that.
Sales process
Celebrate
easy
it
for
with
them.
them.
Yeah.
And celebrate. That's
Celebrate
exactly
with
what I
them.
was talking about. I remember talking to a credit union and I was saying, so if somebody's coming to buy, let's say a car,
Anything first.
they're taking out a loan to send the children, you need to be just as excited.
Absolutely.
But of course, it has to be genuine.
Totally.
It has to be genuine excitement and interest that you're sending your daughter to school.
Congratulations.
And
Congratulations.
celebrate, because again, it's all about having a good experience. If we're talking customer experience here. You know?
And that makes it personal too. And the reality is, people don't want to feel like numbers or statistics anymore.
Exactly.
People want to feel like people.
Yeah.
So, call people by their name, recognize what they're going through in their life stage that has brought them to your product, whether you're selling beer or you're selling a loan or you're selling insurance, whatever it is, recognize what's brought them to you.
Yeah.
And figure out how you make that part of the experience a positive one and a memorable one, because you don't want that when it comes time to renew their insurance next year, they don't remember that sign-up experience. If they remember the positive sign-up experience, they're going to be a lot more inclined to come back to you and to recommend you to their friends.
That was the question I was not going to ask you, which you answered, which is, if I'm an individual, how can I, without necessarily needing a company, how can I better create a customer experience for my customers? And they said it there, to say, to find out their why, find out the story, find out the journey. So, yeah.
So if I had to ask maybe one last question.
Yes.
Because we have a serious, you said culture each strategy, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you suggest? Because I've worked in major, large corporations, and it's been painstaking in relation to culture.
Totally.
Right? What would be your suggestion for, and I'm talking to some of the people that I now speak with, the CEOs and the executive directors, because initially for them it's always as though we can't find the right talent, the people are not good enough people to do the job. And then they always come back to, well, this is Trinidad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Trinidad. And what is your take on maybe hearing that, and what is your philosophy in terms of saying, well, it's not just that, we have to work on changing the culture?
Absolutely. And you know what, I get a little offended when people say that oh,
Yes.
it's Trinidad, because there's amazing talent in Trinidad.
Yeah.
And I will say that, people want to change now, which I think is a great sign. And I think in Trinidad we've recognized a little bit that our quote-unquote customer service isn't great.
Yes.
That we need to do a little bit better and compete a little bit differently. We chatted a little bit before about our upcoming summit on October 24th.
Yes. You talk about that as well.
And we've been so shocked and humbled by the response that we've gotten, and we're basically sold out. We have a couple spots left, and we have so many different industries, from the fast food to the restaurant, from the banks to the automotive industries. So I think people want to change, which is the best signal possible.
Yes.
And I always tell people when they don't know how to sell it to their leadership teams, because you hit the nail on the head, you have to sell it to the leadership team. What makes it a little easier to sell is what we initially spoke about, which was the metrics.
The metrics.
So show them the journey you're going
Show
to
them
take
the
them
data.
on. And that this journey is going to be backed up with numbers.
Yeah. I would also like to say too, and don't just, as you said, don't make the metrics just a whole bunch of stats.
Absolutely.
What I have found that if I showed a metric, I would then pull somebody who's out of that metric, and I would say the IT manager of Port Authority. They immediately get to okay, so there's a person, and then I would put a quote that he says. I even do that in my
do the same
presentation.
thing. I totally do the same thing. And you bring your customer to the boardroom.
Yeah.
And that's the most powerful thing any business could possibly have.
Yeah.
If you bring real-time feedback, what you're doing is you're bringing your customer to the boardroom to help you make decisions.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you so much to Samantha. This has been excellent, because again, we always want to make sure all parts of your sales process, all parts of your buying process is a great journey, a great experience. So for those of you who don't know, Samantha and her company, the Experience Company, is having a customer experience conference. It's on the 24th.
24th of October.
24th of October at Hilton.
Yeah.
Right? It's about 4 or 5 speakers total.
Yeah, a few more.
Oh, a few more. So I know there is it Kevin or Ken?
So we have Dr. Kenfield Griffith,
Kenfield,
who
right.
is the CEO of a company called Ajua, formerly Survey,
Right.
and they specialize in customer conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to come and talk about big data around the customer experience and how you use data to drive CX.
Right.
We have Joseph Jaffe, who's an international keynote speaker. One of my favorite speakers, actually, really funny guy, and he talks about customer obsession. Our own Sasha Thompson,
Yes.
who's our business partner, is going to be speaking about starting. Like, a lot of people ask us, where do you start?
Yeah.
So Sasha's going to take us through where do you start on your CX journey and how do you set up for success. And then we have a couple other panel members that I can't say just yet, but we have 3 really exciting panel members coming to speak also. And then, of course, myself and Chelsea
Right.
will be doing a little tease into what journey mapping is and how to
Oh,
start
perfect.
with journey mapping.
Right.
So we're going to get engaged and get, really hands-on with the audience too.
So they have a lot to take away when they enter the conference.
Yes.
What's the course and where can they get the last remaining tickets?
So if you go to our website, www.excott.com, you can see all the details. And the cost is just $4,000.
Cool, I'm putting that in here,
Thank you.
tt.com. So everybody who wants to go there, you can actually check that out.
Oh, I have one important point to also make. Anyone who's actually starting their business as an entrepreneur, I think the goal should really be to get the customer experience right.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, and you keep tweaking that as
Absolutely.
time goes on.
And even if you are doing it on your own, map it, map that journey. Start
What
by
is that all
what
about?
exactly
Yes.
what you want your customer experience to be. Get a bunch of post-its and some markers and do it yourself. And you just keep improving from there.
I like to use the white.
Royce,
Yeah.
good day, my LinkedIn peeps.
Yeah.
Just had to give him a shout. Oh, and as we wrap up, my last thing is a quick yes or no. Do you think what happened to Forever 21 was a result of not implementing the customer experience enough and just, as I say, adapting to how the market is?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they fail to change, right?
From being top and just, again, whatever you stay on top, you keep with it. You never change, you never adjust.
And that goes circles right back to where we started with these Fortune 500 companies that didn't take their customer really into consideration. They just product.
And now they're filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
After being one of the biggest things for over a decade.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much, folks. Thanks
Thank you,
everybody who
guys.
joined. Keston, Royce.
Alright, guys, please